you're so busy on the road all the time. I haven't seen you in quite a while, and yet, do you have time for a love life? What's going on? Do you have a girlfriend? Or?
I don't have a girlfriend.
No?
I don't have a girlfriend. Listen, by the end of this interview, you will not make that noise. You are currently probably enjoying the period of time most girlfriends do with me in this segment.
Are you bad boyfriend material?
No, I'm good. I'm a good boyfriend. I just, you know, I don't even know what to say about it. I'm very specific. You know? Well, like,
what's the longest relationship you've had?
Oh, I was in a relationship for 3 years. I was like the guy in high school who had the girlfriend tied at the hip. We really were tied at the hip.
Are you still friends with her?
No, I don't really get to stay friends with girls who get married. If you're me and you have a friend who's a girl and she happens to take up company with another man, that other man makes it his life's goal not to let her see me ever again.
Yeah. I would think so. Yeah.
It's not fair, but you know.
Right, but then you get more material. I think the good thing about being a songwriter is whatever experience you have, it's very cathartic for you to write about it, and then you make money on it.
That's true, but then you also find, and you do make money, but you also find that you sometimes get a little masochistic just to come up with songs.
Oh.
So you're kind of like, there's always this voice in the back of your head that says, go do that. You'll have a song out of it. So.
And I think a lot of musicians think if I'm really happy, my career is going to go down the drain because I can't just write happy songs.
Well, it's not about being happy. I think for me the line is kids. Because then I'll have my favorite artists and they always start writing songs to their kids. And that's always when I kind of go like, all right, that's cool. You know, I'll write songs to my kids when I have them and then I won't put them on a record.
Really?
I don't know about Good Night JoJo for a song or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, that sounds like you're going to have a monkey for a kid. It's like, you name it a good name, you can write a song about it.
Daddy's Pride or something like that. Play Daddy's Pride. I don't know.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, I guess this is coming from a guy who doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
I'm a shallow man.
It'll change your life. You are a shallow man. We've learned that about you.
I know. Now, but who else wants to be with me now?
Yeah, see? Women love shallow men.
Excellent.
Do you like parties?
I do when I'm like, I just have moments in my life where I go into what I call sort of like low power mode, where I don't really want to relate to. It's really, when you go to a celebrity party, you have to constantly be aware of where your space in the social strata is. And when I'm making a record, I have to be really, really vulnerable. When I have just finished the record, then I can be the opposite of that and be Superman and go play the record. But in writing the record, I have to stay very vulnerable. And I find that if I go to one of those celebrity parties and I'm still in writing mode, I'll sort of be in a rude mood the next day, like, I noticed Orlando Bloom didn't look me in the eyes when he shook my hand. It gets stuck in the chest. You know when you ever feel like you're giving more to someone than they're giving to you?
Yes.
I have a problem with that when I go to a party, and I'm like, hey man, how's it going? And it's like, you're not that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you've probably spoken to real geniuses in your day, and you've also spoken to people who thought if they just tried to be kind of an ass long enough that the genius might somehow creep up, and it doesn't. It's just, you know?
I think you're right. I think some people think if the cooler they act, they present some kind of image that is cool, and it's just really insecurity, so they act quiet and tough.
And so what I do is I see how long I can peg these people into a corner and keep having conversation with them. Just continually. I do that. I like to also, whenever you have someone do like a video message to somebody, just don't take the camera off as soon as I go, bye. Just keep it up. I like making people uncomfortable.
That's great. So now, but you're also the romantic guy. I know that about you. What are you going to do for Valentine's Day?
What am I going to do for Valentine's Day? No, I'm going to keep that under wraps for a minute. I'm going to keep that. You know, romance for me is like, when you get asked that question, you're always supposed to come up with this thing that you did. And like, for me, there's like a fine line between being really romantic and just straight up obsessive and creepy.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if you ask people what's the most romantic thing they've ever done, by the end of it, you sort of go like this. Really? That's sort of odd to me that you would go that far. Bushes? In the bushes. Wow, Post-it notes on everything he owns? Whoa, hey. You know?
I see what you're saying.
You know?
I know. Some people think that's romantic to all of a sudden be surprised like that someone's hiding in a cupboard.
No, I keep it to
Now, let's talk about the Grammys. What a night you had last night. But was there anybody that you would, that you wanted to beat, like that you wanted to win over?
No, there's not really people that, there's actually more often people that I think should win over me. And so I mean, I'm still enough of a music lover to know when people get it right and people get it wrong. Every once in a while, you know, I'll get a Grammy and I'll go, yeah, I really thought that was a special moment that I had on tape. But then other times I feel like other people should win it, you know, like Song of the Year. I won Song of the Year for a song called Daughters. I say a song called Daughters because it makes it sound more cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like,
I love that song.
I like that, a song called Daughters. It's like, so James Lipton, you were in a movie called. So you can just say Forrest Gump. It's
yeah.
So I had this song Daughters, and Alicia Keys, whom I love so much, was up against me with a song called If I Ain't Got You. You know, that some people want it all. And she played at the Grammys. I'm like, this is the most amazing thing in the world. And I won. There we are. There we are. Oh boy, I look creepy. And so anyway, I won, and I didn't think I should because I thought she had a better song. So it was always sort of weighing heavy on me, and I worked on her last record with her. And at the end of the night, she came over to my apartment, and I said, I got something I got to give you. And I took the Song of the Year Grammy, and with my brute, semi-drunk strength, removed the top half of the Grammy and gave it to her. So she has the top half of the Song of the Year Grammy. I have the
You
bottom
did?
half. Yeah.
Now that's a good story.
Yeah.
That's a good story. All right. Real quick, we have to go to break, and we're going to play Celebrity, which I can't wait to play with you. But I have a question. I want you to explain something.
Okay.
All right? This.
That is a cruise that I've taken up doing in my spare time. I now have a cruise called the Mayorcraft Carrier. That took quite a while to come up with.
No, he's not joking. This is not Photoshopped.
No.
That is him.
No, that is not Photoshopped. Yes. I sort of get drawn into the vortex if I look at it too long.
Yeah.
So I have this cruise, and we're hanging out. And the thing about a cruise is that everybody is supposed to let their hair down a little bit. I let a lot of hair down, but the fact is that's something that you're supposed to do for your fans, to say, look, I'm willing to sort of go, relative to my career, a little farther out. If they're excited, they get to, okay, it's silly. It's just plain silly.
I think it's fantastic, and you have a good body. That is a good-looking body.
I just wanted the G.I. Joe thing. I like those G.I. Joe things.
No, it's good-looking. Hey, I want to thank you for, first of all, congratulations on this. First of all,
thank
number
you
one,
very much.
debut.
Thank you very much.
That's first of all. And you sent out a very nice tweet that you were going to be on the show.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you, or twit.
Thank you.
Right?
I did.
Yeah, and I twitted back. You don't follow me, so you wouldn't know that. But I follow you, so I know you sent out something saying you're on the show today. And I sent, if you followed me, you'd know what I said.
Right. See, I have this problem with a couple people I respect, which is that I use Twitter, I work sort of blue in Twitter.
Oh.
And so if you read my tweet feed, it's extremely salty. It's like you could tweet at sea, that's what it'd be. So it's really sort of dirty stuff. Like, I'm afraid of you, and I'm afraid of Oprah ever, like, following me and writing what I have to say. Like, you guys have a voice, you say things of great import, and I'm poo-poo and pee-pee and stuff like that.
There's a place for that, too. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, you could start following me just to see what I say, because I said something nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the nice thing I want to say about you is this show backstage, it's fun from the moment you get out of the car. Because I got to imagine you've taken all the experiences you ever had of being a guest on a show and said, well, that made me feel crappy, that made me... And you put it all together, and the opposite of it, it's the most fun talk show I've ever been on. I'm drunk.
That's fantastic. I appreciate that, and yes, I do. I want everybody to have fun, because sometimes these shows seem like a chore if you're here to promote something and you're doing one after another. The drunk part, you brought your own booze, because we don't supply it. When that happened, I was like, when John does another CD, you guys, he's going to call me, and we're going to do a duet together. And then I get this, and I'm listening, and you have Taylor Swift on there.
Yeah.
No, she's good too, but why wouldn't you ask me first, and then if I wasn't available, go to Taylor?
Do you have any more gripes you just want to work through here, baby? You would not be first in line of women with gripes. No, I'm just saying, people imagine that I have to come down a couple pegs. Little do they know, when you add all of their efforts together, I'm dead inside.
Oh, no.
No, see,
No.
look, I got them back on
See?
my side now.
Yeah.
A little bit
A
over
little
here.
bit. There were less ahs than oohs before, but yes, it's balancing out. But it's fantastic. How would you think of that?
Well, having you on?
No, Taylor.
Oh, Taylor. Well, Taylor, first of all, I would have had you on, but I wanted to give a young upstart a shot.
Yeah.
Things had not yet panned out for her.
No, she's not doing so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give her a go.
Good for you.
Spread the wealth.
Good for you.
Well, we should do a record.
All right. Let's do one together.
We should. Well, it's been a long time since this is not a setup to anything, by the way. It's been a long time since there's been like a new holiday song. We should do a Christmas song sometime.
I will write one tomorrow.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes. Now that I'm not on the cover of O anymore, I've got plenty of time.
A lot of time.
Plenty of time. No, but seriously, how would do you just are a fan of Taylor's?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, and I think she's got a really great voice. I would later turn out she's one of just the smartest, most talented people around right now. And
humble.
And very humble, yeah, very humble. I thought it was an act, by the way, that she would go, oh my God, this is so amazing. Because at a certain point, you're like, you saw it coming, didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you see this one little part? You didn't see this coming? And I don't think she really, I think she's that genuine.
Yeah.
You know?
She's very, and I hope she remains that way too.
I'll make sure she doesn't.
Because this.
You send me in there.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, do you get nervous when you start to date again? Because, like, you brought it up. Like,
Yeah.
Are you dating right now?
I'm not dating. I don't know if you know this. I have sort of a funny track record. Which actually is not that strange, given my age. You know, I'm a little freaked out right now about it, to be honest.
Dating?
Yeah, I'm a little freaked out about dating. So I'm just gonna let time pass and just do my thing. And
Can you do that?
yeah, I better.
Yeah.
I better, yeah.
Well, but like you said, at your age, you should be allowed to date. But then, for some reason, whoever you date becomes public, and then everybody has an opinion about your relationships.
Or for some reason, whoever I date has been famous for a while. It's not like I can't sit here and be like, oh, please let me live my life in private with this famous person who's been around for 15 years. You know, it's like I have to figure out like what are the things that I ask for and sign up for in terms of cause and effect. The last thing you'd want to see me doing is like bashing my head and going, I'm shocked that that I'm being followed right now.
Right.
But you know, I mean, I have a good heart, I think. I may have gotten lost a couple times, but so does everybody, and I'm gonna just hunker down now. 2010 is a peaceful year for me, no matter what I do.
Well, the good news is,
There you go.
through your pain and your growth, we all benefit because you write the most beautiful songs when you experience these things. And I was telling you backstage, Heartbreak Warfare, the first song on this CD, is so beautiful.
Thank you.
So I love that song.
Thank
I mean,
you.
there's so many great songs on here, and Half My Heart that you do with Taylor, and All We Ever Do Is Say Goodbye. They're just, and you can just, I mean, you're all imagining who you write that for.
Yeah.
But it's, but they're beautiful songs. And
You want to know?
Yeah.
No, you don't want to know.
Yeah. Who'd you write it for?
No, I wrote them for you.
We're back with the adorable and the talented and the sweet John Mayer, and we're going to play one of my favorite games, and it's Celebrity. And so these are famous Johns.
Okay.
In you know what I mean. In honor of you, and I will guess. I will get you to guess first, and we have 30 seconds. Is that right? 45 seconds. All right, go. Hey-oh, and it used to be before Letterman. The
Johnny Carson.
Yes, the king of yes. He'd ride a horse and he's a cowboy.
John Wayne.
Yep. And Saturday Night Fever.
John Travolta.
Yes. And Pirates of the Caribbean.
Johnny Depp.
Yep. And The Daily Show.
Jon Stewart.
And
He's J.O.
and he sings. He's in a band in
John
New
Bon
Jersey.
Jovi.
Yes. And Kate +8.
John Gosling.
Uh-huh.
Ed Hardy.
Oh, he was just on Dexter. He was the bad guy
John
on Dexter.
Lithgow.
Yes. And
How do you know?
the cards got stuck.
Yeah, it was the stuff. What's
The cards got stuck.
Can we do the last one?
Yeah. He was Roseanne's husband.
John Goodman.
Yep. All right.
No, it doesn't. All right.
All right.
These famous Johns, famous Ellens.
Yeah, famous John still.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, also goes by The Rock.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah. He was in the Beatles.
John Lennon.
That's right. He was a president assassinated at a parade. Also did a lot of great things.
John Kennedy.
Yes. Married to June Carter.
Johnny Cash.
That's right. He's a piano player, R&B. Come on, have more hits.
Johnny.
Okay. This is tough. Great guy, great artist. His last name.
John Legend.
It's tough. It's tough.
And I don't know what I would have said
You know
about
why?
him either.
No scandal. I didn't have anybody even think. This is the cleanest man in America. No scandal.
Yeah, it's that big hit that he did with Kanye. I couldn't think of the name.
Yeah, it's...
Anyway. Hey, John.
Hi.
Well, congratulations, first of all, on the CD, because it really, really is good, and everybody is saying it probably... Do you feel like it's the best CD you've done so far? Best music?
I think it's the most honest, the most sort of cohesive, and yeah.
Yeah?
Just since you asked.
Well, good. Well, yeah, you're known for being honest, so you should be honest, and it really is. It's really good. And thanks for being here. I know you're not doing too many things, so I appreciate you being here.
I love your show.
So I can't believe when I just read that it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. Does it feel like 2 years to you that you've been kind of out of the spotlight?
Yeah, because I woke up, went to bed every one of those days, so being me. And it was a really good time. I had to go home for a minute. The plan that originally gets you out of your high school and your hometown and in front of people, I think I had to sort of like, that plan was over.
Right.
I had done it.
Right.
And I think I was still, I just sort of lost my head for a little while, and didn't want to ask for directions, and then I got hit, and I did a couple really kind of dumb interviews, and then it kind of woke me up.
Was that what it is? So the interviews, because you got a lot of attention for the Playboy interview and for, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know what else, but is that what you kind of went, oh, and you were not proud of that and said, I got it?
Oh, yeah, I don't even remember having a Rolling Stone cover. I just didn't, it was a very strange time. And it sort of like rocketed me into adulthood. It was a violent crash into being an adult. So for a couple of years, it was just figuring it all out. And I'm glad I actually stayed out of the spotlight. Because I think back then I would have said like, give me 2 weeks, or like, let me get out, let me do an Ellen and explain myself. And it was like, no, idiot, go away.
Yeah.
Be 33 and 34 instead of 28 for the 4th year.
Yeah,
you
right,
know?
right. So, and you moved to Montana.
Yeah.
You're living in Montana.
I live in Montana, in the middle of nowhere. It's
Had you
really
been there
excellent.
before? Why Montana?
That's why.
Because you had not been there.
The question why Montana is the answer.
Is the answer? I see.
No, I had my first vocal surgery, and I was recovering from it, and my friends got me out of the house and took me on this really great middle America sort of like trip through like Mount Rushmore and Deadwood, and we ended up in Bozeman, and I live, you know, somewhere around Bozeman, I'll say. And I called a real estate agent on my one day off there. And I said, like, what about a place? And I started listing all these keywords off, and she showed me this one place, and I went, this is it. Like, why not be happy after a while?
Yeah.
You get to a certain age where you prepare yourself for happiness. Sometimes you never remember to actually get happy. So I remembered how to get happy, which is
Well,
cool.
good.
Thank
so
you.
you're there.
Thank you very much.
And do you find that you're more creative being there? Like, are you writing more now that you're there?
I can't sing, so I'm writing.
Yeah. What's wrong? Because you sound fine. What's wrong with you?
Now you make me think I'm faking it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my point.
Where I come from now, I'm in my own head thinking that maybe I'm faking it. I'm not. It's a thing in my throat. It's not a health concern whatsoever, but it has taken me out of singing. Tried to beat it the first time and couldn't. And what they actually do is they cut this thing out of your throat, and then they inject your vocal cords with Botox, which freezes your vocal cords so that this thing can heal without, you know, smacking up against the other side. And I just need more Botox next time, so I got to do it all over again. get more Botox, which just kind of paralyzes your vocal cord for longer. So I'm very happy to be a writer. I'm really, really lucky to be a writer.
To get that creative, but because it must be so frustrating because you should be right now singing instead of talking to me.
I thought Victoria Justice was a fine substitute.
Yeah.
I thought she was very cool.
You should have had us sing Shadow Days.
That would have been fun.
Yeah. Hello, my friend. Long time no see.
I miss you.
I miss you too. You haven't been around. You've been absent, and I know you're not doing a whole lot of interviews. So thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. I'll be here as much as you want me.
Okay. Well, whenever you're in town, stop by.
Tomorrow?
We're not here tomorrow, but you can come by.
Aren't you glad you're not here tomorrow?
Yeah. So, no, but I was really happy when your song came out, Love on the Weekend. I was like, oh, there's John. I mean, I had missed your music, so
Thank you.
I'm so glad. So you're releasing how many? You're releasing 4?
I'm doing 4 songs at a time. I started realizing that 12 songs is a big ask for people now because there's so much content.
Yeah.
And when I started seeing even me, like my favorite acts would put like a record out and I'd be like, I can't today. It's too much music. So I sort of decided I'd put 4 out at a time. Also, not all of them were done.
I see.
But there's a way to get sort of my deadline to hit.
And was that, because you went to Montana for a while?
I live out there when I'm not working.
You're still there sometimes?
Yes.
And do you think that that's like a great place to reset and have a different perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I spend some of the time in Hollywood, and then I spend some of the time in Montana watching Hollywood on TV, thinking all the same things that other people watching TV think, forgetting that I've ever been in that bubble, and it's great.
I know that you used to watch The Bachelor. Are you caught up? Have you been watching this season? Because Rachel was just here.
I watched the first couple, but I love the show, but it's too much time to ask of me. 2 hours is a lot of buy-in time. Because I always watch the season premiere, and at the end of it, they say, on an unbelievable new Bachelor, and I go, show me more of this, show me more of this. I'll pay $50 if you just show me the entire season in 30 minutes. That's what I want to do.
Wow.
Just get me the helicopters, get me the girls crying on helicopters. That's always it. If you get tears in flight on The Bachelor, that is prime stuff.
It really is. Yeah.
So I just haven't caught up this time.
It is too much time to ask of us. I think the 2 hours it's got to change. But it was a good one this season. You missed a good one.
I'm sure there will be others.
And it would be and you should be a Bachelor. Didn't we talk about that before?
I think it would be really fun to be the Bachelor.
Would you really consider it, or you're just saying no? You're just.
I don't think that I would find love there, unless they would change the sort of vetting process for who would be the contestants. You know, I just.
They would do that for you. If you would consider being a Bachelor, you can tell them how you want people vetted. Yeah,
I think it would be one of the lowest rated shows.
No? I don't know. I think we would all watch you as a Bachelor. I really feel strongly about that. Hey, before I forget, who is the girl on the cover? There's a drawing of a girl. There's you. I saw your drawing.
That's me.
And then who's that?
That's sort of like her. You know what I mean? It's sort of the spiritual her. It's memory, it's fantasy, it's what you want to see, it's what the brain sees. It's sort of it's the other. It's the spiritual sort of other.
It's not somebody that you've seen before?
In my mind, one way or another.
So that's what you're looking for?
That's sort of the representation of.
Have you found, are you in a relationship?
Nope, I thought of this the other day, like, I thought of it on Valentine's Day. You don't have to be with someone to be together. And I'm enjoying being together.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? Wordplay.
Yeah.
Wordplay.
Got it.
So,
but Love on the Weekend, I thought you were driving off with somebody that put her feet up when you were driving and stuff.
That's a total thing that I've had in flashes and want more of.
I see.
You know?
Yeah.
You have those still? The world is your oyster. You drive, you go up the coast, you go up to...
I don't know I'm married. I'm in
But you have those moments. But you have those moments.
She puts her feet up. Yeah, Portia puts her feet up and we drive.
You road trip? You still road trip? You go away for a weekend and road trip?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
That's what I miss.
I see.
I miss plans. I miss stuff. A man can drive to Big Sur alone, but how lonely is that?
It's lonely.
Yeah.
You should be the Bachelor. All right. So I think we've decided. Let's talk about this this thing. You're an Instagram influencer. You used to be on Twitter. Now you're on Instagram. You have a Sunday night talk show.
Yeah.
Right? It's called Current Mood.
It's called Current Mood, which is sort of a goof on the Instagram sort of verbiage of current mood or squad goals. It was kind of a half joke at first. And I set up these 2 cardboard boxes, and I have a backdrop I made myself out of foam core board. It looks like a science fair presentation on, and it's me in front of it. And it started as a goof, and then what it ended up being is like people really feeling the need to join up on a Sunday night and use the buddy system, because Sunday night is like this feeling like you're at the end of the world, and people need something to soothe them. And it became kind of like Mr. Rogers for hungover adults, And now the joke part's going away, and people are writing things on DM like, I asked my boss to change my shift at work so I can watch Current Mood. So,
That's great.
It's a bit of a public service, I guess.
So, and you do it every Sunday night at your house?
I do it in my living room.
Uh-huh.
I start writing on Friday.
Uh-huh.
And it's just me, like, using all parts of my brain to come up with ideas and jokes and bits. I love bits.
I know you do.
I just love bits. And so I can write them in the shower and put them in my iPhone and then ask a friend to come over and play a song. And it's another place for me to put my creative energy,
That's fantastic. I love that you're doing that.
Yeah, it's fun. I do the blue cards myself.
Uh-huh. Oh, good. You have your own blue cards.
I have my own blue cards, yeah.
So you did a Vanity Fair party, but you did it at your house and everyone actually thought it was at the Oscars, right?
Yes. So I wanted to top myself for the Oscars, and Diplo was going to be the guest on Current Mood. Here we are. That's Halsey on the red carpet at my house. That's in my living room. That's Dave Chappelle on a fake Vanity Fair red carpet that I built in my living room. Diplo said, well, I'll come to your show, but I'm going to be in my tuxedo for the Vanity Fair party. And that got my mind thinking, what can we do with that? And within 24 hours, it was like, can we? There it is. So that's my living room.
Wow.
Like, this show, my show, and your show, I'm sure, like, it taught me there's a difference between doing something good and, like, doing good. You know what I mean? Like, I've asked myself my whole life, was that any good? Was that any good? Is that good enough? And now I leave, and people thank me for keeping them company on a Sunday night, and I'm like, oh, that's a whole different feeling. Like, I've done good.
Yeah.
Which is different. Selfishly, you're like, am I good? But when you think about other people, you're like, have I done good?
Yeah.
You know?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Very well put.
Thank you.
I just learned this morning, and I had no idea. You're best friends with Andy Cohen?
Yeah.
He's your best friend?
I don't think after 40 you should have a best friend. He's a dear friend.
How long has he been a dear friend?
I got us going on 10 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, so you went to his baby shower?
I went to his West Coast edition of his baby shower, which was also pretty much a baby shower put on for him by all the housewives. And
Right.
I kind of crashed that part.
Right. It looks like kind of a wild party, too.
It was pretty wild. I let them have their time.
I see.
I left so they could do that stuff.
Yeah. Because and congratulations, I didn't know this either, that you're 2 years sober.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
great.
Thank you.
Wow.
I don't know if anyone else out there, I just finished. I completed my course in drinking. It wasn't, thankfully for me, I'm very lucky, it didn't go all that deep. I just went, I think I'm done. It's
Wow.
like Forrest Gump running and he just stops running at some point. I go, yeah, I think I'm out. So I punched out.
Wow, good
Yeah.
for you. And you did it all by yourself.
By myself. Had a good long talk with myself, but yeah.
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 Well, I'm very happy for you. You
Thank
look
you.
great. You look
Thank
healthy.
you.
All right, when we come back, we're going to help raise some money for John's foundation that he's starting in Burning Questions. You have to answer honestly.
Oh, when have I not?
All right, we'll be back. All right, for every question that I ask John and he answers honestly, our friends at Shutterfly will donate $500. You can make a lot of money today. All right, here we go. 3 things you must do every day.
Oh, man. I have to make coffee before the breakfast is done in the microwave. That's game number 1. Work out, and I have to look at naked people.
Where are they? Every day?
Every day.
Okay. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Oh, olive oil.
You're not getting $500 for that.
Well, then I would just say, who played olive oil? Shelley Duvall.
Okay. I'm just going to say, no wonder you have to look at naked people every day. Have you ever dated a celebrity that the world doesn't know about? No.
No.
No. We know everything about you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Oh, boy. You know, I don't go for curse words. I go for really significant and articulate burns on people. Like, I'll say things like, you are tremendously unintelligent. But I'm gonna say, mother. Because you can use it for good or bad. You could say, you mother. Or you could say, you see that John Mayer play guitar? He's a mother.
Yeah. You're right. It goes either way.
Yeah.
What is your favorite body part?
Of mine or
Yeah.
someone else's?
First, we'll start with yours.
Lips.
And what is your favorite body part on someone else?
That part behind somebody when they're facing, their back is facing up. There's a part, like the leg, where legs meet butt. There's, what's the name for that fold where the butt folds down over the leg?
I call it sad. I mean, like, it folds down?
No,
Like,
there's
yeah.
a moment, there's a place where the leg is not sure, it's, well.
I don't know that there's a name for that, but that's your favorite area?
I told you I was weird.
Yeah. What is your best beauty tip?
Confuse the skin. Confuse the skin. One day, Retin A. Next day, just a real heavy cream. Next day, what's this? Nothing at all. The skin goes, what's going on? And it catches up in its own way. Confuse the face.
That's really good.
I'm on it.
All right, we're gonna round it up to $10,000 from Shutterfly. So
Shutterfly, thank you.